All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with the brows. I'm just gonna speed through this part because my brows, I've been doing them the same for years. I just use a pomade. I really like, I'm gonna be using the NYX brow pomade, and I'm just gonna fill them in and brush it as I go through. If you're new around here, I don't do anything like really like big deal with my brows. I just like to get them done, move on. As long as they don't look messy, I'm good. So I'm just gonna speed through this part. Okay, brows are done. I told you, easy peasy. Fill them in, I brush as I go, and move on. Now, you can totally skip this step, but sometimes just to clean up under the brows, because I don't get my brows done that often, just realized I did an egg white mask and I have it all over my face. Excuse me. Just to clean up under the brows, I'll go under the brow line and do a little bit of concealer, but you can totally skip this step. What? It's early in the morning. We're gonna have to excuse me. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in Deep Foncé, number 35. So I literally just use the brush and go under, ugh, I can't get this thing open. This is real life, people. These are my makeup tutorials, okay? They're not perfect. I'm human. I wipe my nose. I can't speak properly. Occasionally I fart in a tutorial. Just keeping it real. I'm such a mess. So I just use the applicator on the concealer, and then I just use my finger. This is perfect when you're in a rush, but you want to kind of clean up under the brow and have it look neat. And I like to use something that's a lot lighter than my skin tone, because it gives a brightening effect under the brow, and it just, in my opinion, I feel like it just pulls everything together, and it actually makes my crease color stand out a little more. But this is totally a step that you can skip, but I like to do it sometimes because I feel like it just makes my brow look neater. Like you can see, it just looks, to me, it looks neater. I like it. Sometimes I skip it, sometimes I don't. And this is actually the same concealer we're going to use under the eyes if you want to. Alright, so for eyeshadow, I'm going to be using the Essence All About Roses eyeshadow palette. Essence was nice enough to actually send this to me. This isn't sponsored, but they did send this to me as part of a goodie bag of their products to try, and this is 03 Roses. It's a really pretty palette with a lot of like pale pinkish shades, and then my favorite, because purple's my favorite color, is this deep purple color here. So I'm gonna try to keep this as neutral as I can. I mean, I can't go too crazy with this palette. It's pretty neutral, pinkish. So my first inclination is to just dig into that purple and like put it all over the crease. But I have to remember, I want this to be neutral. I want this to be something that's everyday wearable. So I think I'm going to start with this pale pink shade right here. It's coming up white for you kind of because of the lights, but it's a really pale pinkish color. I'm going to start with putting that on the inner corner of the eye. We're going to make this easy, simple, no muss, no fuss. Oh, I should mention that all of the brushes I'm using are actually affordable brushes too. I'll leave a link down below to these brushes. I actually just got them off Amazon. I love them. I did a full review video on Amazon brushes and like my favorites and my hate-its. So I'll leave a link to that down below because it's really detailed. I used these brushes for like a year before I reviewed them. So some of them I really love. So all of the brushes are affordable, and I'll leave a link to them down below. Still back in time. Okay, I found that to be very powdery and not as pigmented as I would have liked. It's just very powdery, and I feel like it's kind of streaking a little bit as I'm applying it. So I'm having to go like over and over, and I feel like I should have for sure put a crease color in, but we're just gonna keep rocking with it. What I'm seeing on camera actually looks nice, but what I'm seeing in person, it just looks really powdery. So let me keep blending it. Keep in mind, this palette is really affordable. I forgot to mention that. This palette is under $10. I think it's like $6, $5. So it's very affordable. So I wasn't expecting it to like wow me or anything, but I think it's just gonna take some work. So let me keep blending it. All right, so I should have started with this step, but I'm gonna put this color in the crease area because I wanna add some definition to the crease, because now that I have that light color on, I feel like I want some definition. So I'm just gonna lightly dust this in the crease. All right, I like that in the crease. So now that I have that in the crease, I'm gonna go back into this pinkish, pale pink shade because it's just not giving me enough color. But this is perfect for every day. Like sometimes you don't really want like a big bam, like pow in your face color. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just want a nice light wash of color. And that's what this is giving to me. So maybe I should just be happy with that. But I want to put a little bit more, because I like to do full drag makeup every day. Doing natural just seems wrong. Seriously, if I could do drag makeup every day, I would be so happy. You guys probably think that's weird, but I don't care. I think drag makeup is amazing. If I could just walk out the door every day with like neon yellow, green glitter, and red lipstick, I'd do it. Maybe not red, maybe a pale pink lip, because even I know I should tone it down a little bit, right? All right, now that I have everything blended, I'm kind of liking the way it's pulling together, actually. I think this is really nice for every day. So, the star of the show, I really want to use this color on the outer. I'm trying not to like puncture the palette. Look at what I did right there already. So I really want to go into this, but I'm thinking maybe we'll start with this color and put that on the outer corner and blend it a little into the crease. That's really pretty. I like that color. It's not, again, this palette isn't super pigmented, but it gives you a nice, I don't want to say wash of color because that's bad for an eyeshadow, but it gives you nice color payoff, especially for what you're paying. Like, I wasn't expecting this to be like an Urban Decay shadow or a Tarte eyeshadow. I was just expecting it to be what it is. And it's a little powdery, the pale pink shade, but all the other shades, I'm not finding them to be powdery at all. And it's blending very nicely, so not bad, not bad. All right, so I've got that on the inner corner, so I think now let's take this purple shade and just do a little touch of it in the outer corner just to deepen things up. All right, so that's a step that you can totally skip. I feel like that made the look go a little bit more dramatic, but not super dramatic, but I really like the way it's looking. So you can totally skip that step of adding the deeper color on the outer corner, but I like it. All right, let's move on to liner. So for liner, I'm just going to use a NYX liquid liner. You can use any liner that you have, but this is one of my favorite affordable liners. So I'm just gonna do a natural line across the lower lash line. I'm not doing anything fancy, no wing, because that's not what I do on natural days. So let's jump into it. All right, next up for mascara, I'm using the Essence Volume Stylist 18-Hour Lash Extension Mascara with Lengthening Fibers. I tried this once before and I loved it. This is gonna be my second time using it. I love the wand. I love the formula. It was long wearing. I really just like the wand. Like, look at how long the wand is, and the bristles, they're really short, but they're really densely packed in there. So I liked it so far. Let's see, second time. And this is only $5. Link down below. Definitely worth a try. If you see it in Ulta or Target, or you can check out the link down below. I really like this mascara. All right, so here's a step that you can totally skip if you want to. I want to put lashes on. I think it's mostly because I'm filming. If I'm being honest with you, like when I go to work, or yeah, that's the only thing I can think of when I don't wear lashes. When I go to work, I don't ever really, no, I never wear lashes. But because I'm filming, I just think that it makes my eyes look more wide and awake. So this is totally a step that you can skip. Where are my lashes? I'm gonna pop on some e.l.f. lashes and I'll be right back. All right, so those are on, totally step that you can skip. Now, I don't have an affordable primer. If any of you, I have the L'Oreal Perfector, which I don't have on me. So maybe I shouldn't say that. All right, so lashes are on. Again, totally a step that you can skip. I just feel better. I feel weird. It's a, I don't know if it's a YouTuber thing or if it's just a me thing, but I feel weird being on camera and doing a makeup look and not putting lashes on. It just seems wrong. So to fill in the large, huge, ginormous, massive pores on my nose, I'm going to use the L'Oreal Perfector. I love this stuff. I've been using it for years. If you have large pores, I highly recommend it. I just literally pat it into the skin, and I don't know if you can see the difference, but it's already like just gets in those pores so that they're not so large. So I just try to pat that all over my face because I have large pores all over my face, so I pat it into the skin. Okay, so for foundation, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal True Match, and this is in the shade Cocoa. It says it's oil-free, all-day wear. I used to use this years ago, and I don't remember how I felt about it. And this was the deepest shade they had at my CVS, and that looks mighty, mighty orange. So let's see how this goes. Oops. Let's see. Whoa, shit. Oh my God. It went everywhere. Oh my God. Crap. I have a makeup wipe here. That stuff is liquid tea. It literally went everywhere. Okay. Let's try this. It's very lightweight, but I think the color is actually going to work. It's a little orange, but it's not too crazy. It feels very light, which is nice, especially for summertime. Or if you're just doing an everyday look and you don't want something that's super thick and heavy on the skin, this feels really nice. And it's actually giving me a decent amount of coverage. Nice. It's a little bit orange, but it's matching my neck pretty well. Not too bad. All right, so that actually went on pretty nicely. I'm surprised because it was so liquidy. I thought it wouldn't be very good coverage, but the coverage is actually pretty nice and it feels very comfortable. We'll have to see how it wears throughout the day. Check the description box and I'll let you know like how it wore throughout the day, because I'm wondering, because I have very, very oily skin, I'm wondering how this is gonna wear throughout the day. So let's try another product that's new to me. I'm trying a bunch of new stuff. This is the e.l.f. Cosmetics Beautifully Bare Lightweight Concealer Stick in Deep. I have a couple of like Marty the Monsters, that's what I call zits, on my face, all over my face right now because I'm breaking out. So let's give it a try. So you can basically twist it up and the product comes out. Let's do a swatch. Seems to match my skin tone pretty great actually. It's right there. So let's see. Let's try to cover up some bumps. Wow, I'm surprised. This bad boy actually gives pretty good coverage. It's a little too dark. I probably should have put it on under the foundation, but interesting. Nice. Have any of you tried this? If you have, let me know your thoughts. All right, another step that you can skip, as I said, but I'm using the same concealer that I used under the brow bone. I'm just gonna highlight a little under the eyes just to brighten it up a little bit. And this highlighter, the Maybelline Fit Me, sorry, I keep calling it highlighter, concealer, is really nice for everyday wear because it's very lightweight, in my opinion, very easy to blend, and it's very long wearing. It's not super high coverage, but it does give you some coverage, and I just like to use it, not so much for coverage, but just to give me that bright under eye look, which is really great if you're tired, if you have dark circles. Like I said, it's not super high coverage, but it does brighten the under eye, which I really like, and it gives you a little bit of coverage. I'd say light to medium. And then what I do to make it blend better with my foundation is I take that foundation brush and just blend it around the edges of where I put that concealer. So you see I'm not going over the concealer, but I'm just blending it into the foundation. And then I'll just go back and use my fingers. All right, and to finish up the face, I'm going to use this e.l.f. finishing powder in Dark Deep. This is my first time trying this, but I always finish my face with the powder just because I'm very oily skinned. And it comes with this little sponge, which I'll try and use. I don't usually use these, but I'll try it. And I really like the silver packaging, really cute. Oh yeah, I can see how that's mattifying. It just mattified my face just when I applied it on this side. It does add a bit coverage, so I probably shouldn't have put so much on. Interesting. I feel like I need to go over my foundation with that a little bit because it does add some coverage. It does have pigmentation. It's not translucent, so I should have thought about that. But it actually looks nice. I like it. All right, so to be totally honest with you, on natural days, I don't really do blush. I just skip right over it. If you want to do blush, you can. I was thinking of doing blush, but natural days, I don't really do blush. And I also don't put anything on the lower lash line. But I feel like just to make this a little cohesive, let's just do a light wash of that purple color in the palette, just to tie everything together. So just a light wash on the lower lash line. For lips, I'm going to be using two products. First, I'm going to use the Essence Long Lasting Lip Liner, and this is in the shade Plum Cake, a really pretty mauve-y plum color. Not so much plum, just more like a mauve-y color. So I'm going to line my lips with that, and then we're going to follow up with the ColourPop Ultra Matte Lip in Beeper. I actually just got this in a BoxyCharm. Look at how pretty that color is. All right, lip liner first. Oh Lord, that ended up being a lot lighter than I thought. Kind of looks like, I don't want to say what that looks like. That just don't look good. So, I don't know why they call this plum cake, because plum don't look like that. So, let's go into, let's put the color Beeper on from ColourPop, which I think is going to make it even worse because it's going to be lighter. So, you know what? Actually, first, let's start with this color from Essence. This is the Velvet Matte 24 lip color. Let's start with this deep color and then lighten it up a little bit with that ColourPop, since it looks like I just have ashy lips right now. That's a really pretty color. I said this when I opened it up, when I unboxed this in the haul. It says it's matte, but oh, I got that light line. It says it's matte, but it looks really glossy to me. Maybe it'll dry down matte. But I'm gonna top it with the ColourPop color in Beeper because I want this to be a little bit lighter. I don't want it to be so bright pinky. Alright, so that is it. This is the finished look. I hope that you enjoyed. Let me know if you want to see more natural looks down below and what you think of the finished look. I feel like this is easy to achieve. Everything was affordable, and you can use any of these products any way you want to achieve a nice natural look. That is it from me. Don't forget to subscribe and check out the videos here on the screen. They'll be on the screen somewhere here, and then I'll put the blog, a link to the blog here. Make sure to check that out, and I will see you next time. Bye.